Good morning. I'm gonna give it a second or two and see if we can get a few more people in here. Hey, good news. There's a date. We will be in the flesh very soon, so that's exciting. I will be spending next week getting logistics all prepared. Um, I, I need to figure out how we're gonna do a bunch of stuff. So news on that stuff to come. But the good news is we will be in person very soon. Um, so here's kind of what's going on today. Studios, I would like you to participate in our IB critique. We are presenting all of the IB work from the entire year. It's basically like the IB exhibition. When we're in person for IB, um, students get to have their exhibition, and then we open it at lunch, and everybody comes and looks at the work and thinks of it as a whole body. It's very similar to what you're doing with your sustained investigation. So IB just puts together their show. So we will get to see it in its entirety. And just like our critique, just giving feedback on, use of color, composition, how the body of work fits together as a whole to create a singular idea. It would be awesome if we could all participate in that today. Um, so that's kind of what we're gonna do for our day. As far as announcements go, Studio, you guys are working on your Adobe 14, Sustained Investigation 14, which is due on April 5th. And then Longview 15 is going to be assigned on April 5th. Then we'll have spring break. Then we'll have 2 weeks after that. So 15 is the expectation is it will be a larger, more ambitious project. And there is an option to do a collaborative project with drama, which I'll introduce in the coming days. So with that said, we're going to dive right into critique. Um, so let's look at IB's bodies of work. And then my IB's just a brief statement, and you can either type it or just say it out loud. Like, what are some of the big ideas that you're working with for your exhibition? Um, so everybody's going to participate today and just talk about what they see. The way I would like to do this is we're just going to look at the slide. I'm going to go through each individual work for like 5 seconds and then come back to the actual show, and then we can talk about it. So and then I will ask you about the project. So this is Emily Vasquez's work. This is her entire year's worth of work. This is her kind of we call it in IB, it's called the exhibition. So this is Emily's exhibition. So these are detail shots. Okay, now we're going to go back to the actual exhibition presentation, and then we can Emily, do you want to give us kind of like a loose frame to look at the work, think about the work?
Okay, so I was thinking I'd just say like kind of the first sentence of my curatorial rationale. So
Perfect.
basically, my exhibition is meant to create a critical awareness of societal struggles using various symbols.
Beautiful. All right, folks. Can we get some visual thoughts, comments, questions from the group, either written or said out loud, please? And I'll chime in too, but let's hear what you guys have to say.
Emily, your pieces are really well put together and they all kind of share this similar aesthetic but cover different societal topics. And I think you did a really great job blending those two things together of how you want to depict something and how you use your own style in it. And it looks really amazing.
Great job. You guys can talk about how it's unified through color or presentation as well. You can talk about specific pieces that you liked. So that would be great. All right. What else, guys? I know it's a weird format that we're not used to, so just try and chime in as you will. What do y'all think? Give us some feedback, folks. All right. Got some. The pieces with the 3 eyes is my favorite. I love it. I like how the pieces really fit one body of work. Like I can tell that they're all made by one artist. Overall, it looks great. Great comments. Great. Good. I love the subtle contrast within the pieces. Good comments, y'all. I think one of the things for me that's really exciting. Well, okay, so I feel like these pieces are really well unified through color. I think that's the first thing that really talks to me. So you have like this sort of triangle happening with the oranges in the piece, like the orange in the dress on the upper right corner, obviously the orange or yellow warm hues in the central piece that's on the mirror, and then the one with the F's like creates this really nice visual triangle that kind of grounds everything. And then you have that black and white theme kind of going on and running throughout to kind of unify everything, and it all feels very well put together. And then I love too like how initially I begin to like walking up to the show, I'm like, oh, how are these things connected? But then when I hear that statement of your curatorial rationale, it becomes really clear, and it also makes me want to investigate the work more. That it's so open-ended, like, okay, these societal issues, like I want it, like you're not overtly telling me what to think with your pieces. You're suggesting issues that then me as a viewer I get to explore further by actually approaching the work. So your curatorial rationale is really working to open a door for me and let me access the work and participate with it as a viewer, which I think is always a really strong approach. Like not telling the viewer exactly what to think, but leaving it open-ended. So I think you've done a fantastic job, and this is great. Thank you so much. So we're gonna move on to Katie's work. So we'll do the same kind of format, and I know this is a little different. So the more you can chime in, the better feedback we can get. So here's the exhibition presentation, and then we're going to go through each individual piece just like we did last time, and then we'll come back and look at the actual show and talk about it from there. So some detail shots. More detail shots. Some detail shots. Okay. Perfect. So here we go. Can we get some thoughts, comments, questions on the body of work, either the show in its entirety or individual pieces that stuck out to you? What do you guys think? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Katie, will you give us like a statement to kind of set up the way that we're supposed to view the work, or themes or ideas that you're working with?
Yeah. So my original intention, like what started this all, was I was fascinated how like
people were attracted to like different things. So I did a bunch of research on like as a whole why we're attracted to things, and the things I learned I like incorporated into my pieces. So yeah, it's kind of about attraction and like beauty based on like research.
Oh, I love it. Perfect. Great comment. Okay. So hopefully that sets you up to view the work. Guys, give us some comments on either individual pieces or the show as a whole, or some of the ideas. Um, oops, sorry. So cool. I really like your theme. Absolutely. I really like how you made your pieces fit in a small area without making it feel cluttered. It looks really nice. Good. Yeah, there's some other things going on too with the show that I think, you know, the way that the artist has chosen to present the pieces. If anybody would like to comment about that, it's a little different, something worth thinking about or talking about. And then
The
also,
setup of your
go ahead.
Oh, okay. The setup of your exhibition is really like aesthetically pleasing. It really matches your theme for your art itself, and
Mhm.
it seems like one huge body of work, and it works really nicely. Um, to go into like how I view your individual pieces, I really love how they're like you can tell that they're all by the same person. They share this same really beautiful aesthetic, and it looks really nice.
Great, great comment. Some other comments that came through. It's cool how all the pieces have similar aspects but are so different. Good comment. Also, Katie, would you mind telling them about the water research? I think that gives a lot of insight into your thinking and like some of the choices that you made artistically, like how we're attracted to water. That whole thing.
Yes. So when I was researching, one of the things that came up was like why we were attracted to gems or like sparkly things is because it reminds our brain of water, and like we need water to survive. So like our brain is attracted to it because of that reason. Like because out of like survival like rooted reasons.
So like I love that. I will, I think I'll probably always keep that bit of information as something that uh is a great highlight for how the human brain works in relationship to aesthetics and beauty. I think that's something that I learned through your comparative study and research and then presentation of work. So one of the things that really stands out to me about your body of work, I love the way it feels. Like it really does feel like you've created this kind of installation space that maybe transcends quote unquote art gallery a little bit, and it feels like some other kind of vibe that you're trying to create. And I really love that your pieces come together in that way. Also, I love the associations as a viewer that I'm allowed to have, like, you know, knowing about your research and knowing how you're talking about these ideas of beauty, and always those ideas of beauty can be fleeting or ever changing. And so like I personally bring the association of like, oh, you're using plastic flowers and fake gems and I don't know, Valentine's Day cards, like all of these things that one would associate with like quote unquote love or societal aesthetics that we all accept but can be easily, there's a Hallmark vibe to it, like it's got that sort of kitschy. Have y'all ever seen like Hallmark movies? Like, I don't know, it's like there's a whole Hallmark channel, and like the Hallmark movies, it's like it doesn't even matter the characters or it's always the same story. It's like lovers have hard time, you know, they're opposites, then everything works out. And it's always like the same story. And I love that you've sort of taken in this, again, this is my own personal association, but it feels like you have taken these normal aesthetics that we all see in everyday life and we accept, and you've tilted them ever so slightly so that we can now question them in a new way. And that I think has been a really exciting thing about your body of work. So great job. Thank you so much. And my mom is obsessed with Hallmark movies. Yes, yes, the boomers are. All right, so I'm not saying your mom's a boomer. I'm sorry. That's probably bad. All right, so we're moving on to the yeah. Okay, so G, we're moving on to Gianna's pieces. So here's the show presentation. We'll look at that for a sec. Oh, we'll come back to it. All right, so we're gonna look at the individual pieces for a few seconds, and then G, when we return, give us kind of like a loose idea of what your body of work is. Just for those people who haven't heard it before, just kind of give us a reframing of the ideas that you've been working with this year for your body of work. So here we go.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll go through this and then we'll come back and you can shoot. All right. So we're going to go back to the exhibition. And then whenever you're ready, G.
I think the story behind my choice for my studies, that sounded so long-winded, I'm sorry. Anyways,
no, you're good. You're good.
Using color to create emotion in a painting and experimenting with different complementary colors or using no colors in the black and white picture to create push and pull in a painting.
Oh, good. I love it. All right, folks, can we get some thoughts, comments, questions on the work, the body of work as a whole, or individual pieces, thoughts that you like? I really like the way that you use the colors in all of them. I really like your use of color in each piece. And you can be specific too about once you, so what specifically about the colors that you're seeing that you like, or how they're used. You could talk about brush stroke or how complementary colors are used or stuff like that.
Gianna, I really like that on all of your paintings there aren't these inept details, and you don't get lost in, it doesn't get lost in translation what you're trying to perceive to the viewer. And so your colors and your textures and the different types of brush strokes, they communicate differently than say really detailed piece. And so while it's not super you don't have to hyper focus into looking at the piece, you still get lost in the color translation and the composition and how you have everything structured in your pieces. And it's really amazing how lost you can get in looking at trying to decipher what emotions you're trying to convey. And I think you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Good comments. Really good comments. What else you got, guys?
I really like how there's similar sort of things in your pieces. You can definitely see there's a house theme or a water theme, but none of them look exactly the same, and you're able to make them look different and portray a different emotion every time.
Great comment. Yeah, you guys fed me. I feel so what I heard Tessa say is it's more about color rather than content, because there's not these quote unquote inept details. You are letting so it's like the objects become the vessel for your color experiments. And I love that idea. And I never thought of your work that way until Tessa said that. I thought that was a really great comment. And then also what Emily said about how each piece kind of allows you to approach color in a new way. So stylistically, they feel unified because of the way that you're attacking color. But then you have pure abstraction in there, and then you have symbolism in there, and then you have numerology or landscape painting. So but they all feel, because of the way you're painting, because of the color choices, because of the brushwork, it all kind of feels very similar in but like it belongs to the same body of work, even though the works are very different in their individual approaches. So I think you've done a great job to sort of branch outward, but also stay within the orbit. And I think that's a really good, some good moves. I really like the use of color in each piece. The reoccurring buildings are all so different, but they really tie all of the pieces together. And their corresponding colors within the pieces make them all look vastly different. Great comments. Great comments, y'all. Hey, this was a really rewarding critique. Thank you so much. Y'all, I think it's probably good for IB too to get, you know, feedback besides our little bubble. So thank you for your participation. So as we go forward with this week, you guys, we are going to watch a video tomorrow, which is going to be kind of a continuation of our sustained investigation study of like how artists talk about their work and think about their work, and just kind of try and fill you guys back up with inspiration. And then I will be introducing the sort of collaboration with drama. I'm not sure which class, Tessa. I still need to meet with Thorson. It's just like a loose, hey, what do you think of this? Oh, cool. I like that. Let's maybe talk about it. So that's where we're at with it. But we'll figure it out. I don't know. Even if he doesn't do it, I think we might do it just for funsies. So we'll see. We'll see how it evolves. I'm so excited to see you all in person, and I hope you are well. And if you need a breakout room, stay behind, or if you need to talk to me, stay behind. Otherwise, we are done for the day. Talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, guys. Good job. Really good job. Y'all need a break dance room? You need a breakout room? Tessa? Cool. One sec, folks. I'll be right back. If you need me, stay here and I'll be right back. Do you guys need a breakout room in here? Natalie, do you need a breakout room? Could you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, if you need anything, just send me an email. And Caleb, it looks like your audio is not working, so I don't know. There we go. All right, buddies. I'm gonna put you in a waiting room. Send me an email if you need anything.